Well, it didn't take long for this guy to get injured, did it? And they're saying injured. I don't know if that's the truth. I don't know if it's worse, but the lifespan for the Ayatollah Khomeini or whoever's been appointed is pretty damn short. And it seems like no matter who is in charge, their insurance, their life insurance is going to get cashed really quick. And I don't know who is insuring these people, but their risk is pretty high. Ayatollah Khomeini's son has been wounded in the Iran war after he was named the country's new supreme leader. Do any of you think that this guy is actually alive right now? Because if I was Iran, there is no way that I would, let anybody know that we were headless, that we didn't have anyone. He's the second son of the late Ayatollah. Was announced as his successor on Sunday. Today is Monday. I think right now this is like spin the bottle. And whoever wins, you get to go kiss the goats. You know what I'm talking about here? Who in their right mind, is there anybody in the chat that would like to be the next Ayatollah? Does anybody got a mother-in-law they would like to make the next Ayatollah? Because right now, this is a bad job to have. If somebody tells me I'm the next Ayatollah, I quit. They're protesting. This could be this is over an oil refinery. We're going to talk a lot about what's happening today in the news, kind of a Monday morning rundown. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know how the audio is. How many of you want to make your ex-wife the new Ayatollah? They can't even hide this stuff right now. The Daily Mail, Iran's supreme leader, is wounded. Ayatollah Khamenei's son sustained a mystery injury from a projectile falling out of the sky into a building, followed by a loud noise and maybe some smoke, right? This isn't hard. Columbo could figure this one out in like a 15-minute episode. We wouldn't even need to make a 1-hour episode of, Angela Lansbury. But this is getting worse. He's wounded. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people is my theory. We've got nice people here in the United States right now. Make sure you grab your coffee. Very fitting for a hand grenade coffee cup, isn't it? Love to see what you're thinking this morning. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. We got a poll in the chat right now. Poll is, how long will the new Ayatollah last? 24 hours, a week, 2 weeks, or he's already gone? I'm going to go with, if he's not gone, he's hoping he goes into witness protection. Witness protection is very much needed right now. I want to show you this. I can't believe that we still trust the news media. Fox News comes out and admitted they lied.
All right, Adam, thank you very much. Before we move on, we want to acknowledge a mistake made earlier on our program. During our coverage of yesterday's dignified transfer, we inadvertently aired video from an older dignified transfer instead of the ceremony that took place yesterday. We deeply regret the error and extend our respect and condolences to the service members' families. We honor the sacrifice of those 6 American heroes. They are Captain Cody Cork, Sergeant First Class Nicola Moore, Sergeant First...
They aired the wrong... What? They aired the wrong dignified Did they show up to the wrong airport and there was a wrong and there was a different Trump at the airport? How do you get this wrong? How does this even happen? Unless the old video, this is the one that gets me. How does this happen unless the old video was already queued up? They already had the lies prepared. What is wrong with the news? The audio's looking good. Thank you so much. We've already got some memberships getting dropped this morning. We always try to get 10 new members for each show. Let's get those 10 new members. And much love and many prayers. Queen B, thank you very much. God bless America. Thank you very much. Red bead on his turban. Nikki, I wouldn't want to be that guy. Remember that? See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Fox News already had the footage queued up. Oh, here we go. True Cosmos. Ben is a programmed globe sheep. Thank you, True Cosmos. I really love that. Thank you so much for the comment. This is the flat earther. Ball globe something or another. Welcome back to the flat earthers this morning. Thank you so much. This will trigger the chat. So we have people, and I kind of want to look at things in a different way right now with regards to Jake Lang in New York City. There are a lot of people that are freaking out that Jake Lang did what he did. I'm going to give him credit for what he did, to be honest with you. Because the same people that are freaking out about Jake Lang going and I got a button in my pocket. I feel out of uniform. The same people that are freaking out about Jake Lang going and doing what he did won't say a damn word about the squad. They won't say a damn word about Rashida Tlaib with an Iranian flag outside of her office in Congress. So clutch your pearls somewhere else. And I want to play this. I got to give the guy credit where credit's due. Give the devil credit where the devil's due.
Beyond political violence, this is religious violence, first and foremost. And second of all, what we need to understand is we voted in a Muslim mayor to New York City 2 months ago, and we've had the first Muslim terrorist attack on white Christians outside the mayor's home. People need to understand there's a correlation here. These things are connected. We are not safe in New York with Zoran Mandami, the Muslim, as our mayor. He is, by his very ability to be there, he is basically sponsoring and influencing and telling these people, go out and declare jihad. By not condemning it, he's basically saying more jihads against Christians like Jake Lang. And
I think he's right. He's using the same sort of ideology that the Democrats used. Remember Virginia, West Virginia, where Trump went and said there were good people on both sides, and they wanted him to come out and just condemn this group, condemn that group. I think he's right. I think he is really correct here. He's not right all the time. I don't have to agree with everything that he says. But what he said here is pretty interesting. Zoran Mamdani, the mayor, will call Jake Lang a white supremacist, but will not call the two Muslims terrorists who threw literal bombs. Tells you everything you need to know. Now, there's a lot of people. Right-wing cigar king. Jake Lang is a clout-chasing jail snitch. He's a literal government rat who ratted on his fellow J6ers to Merrick Garland. I don't know that. I have no idea. Mamdani's a terrible person. I mean, I don't know about Jake Lang overall. Call for the restoration of the Crusaders. We've got a lot of problems here in the United States. And Mamdani may very well be one of them in one of the most popular cities in America, New York City. But they're going to go after this guy because he represents, white America, I guess. Look at this. I know you don't need to hear this, but if you trained with ISIS, you're not self-radicalized. This guy here on the front page of the New York Post trained with ISIS. And we're allowing those people here in the United States. Oh, let me go ahead. True Cosmos. I want to see what he said. Ask Donald Trump what he's going to do. Something. Oh, here we go. True Cosmos, you're gone, dude. Goodbye. Flat earther, go fall off the edge, I guess. If you believe in flat earth, you're cooked. You are cooked. But it's really interesting to see that we have people in our country that have actually trained with ISIS. I don't know how we allow this. Maybe we're the only country that allows this. Strange. Jake Lang doing a Sig Heil using the N-word. Somebody says here, let me get, or I meme, therefore I am. Let me get this straight. Sig Heil hurt your feelings, but bombs meant to kill Americans by jihadis didn't. That is not even worth a flush. No. True Cosmo's not even worth a flush. The flat ball earth lie guy. Flat earthers are hilarious. I've got to play this clip. I played it last night. It's starting to really make sense. I don't know. I've typically got two groups of people. I've got nighttime crew, morning time crew, and this is Save America Act. Donald Trump has come out now and said he's not going to sign any bills into law until they pass the SAVE Act. I'm 1,000% in support of that. This is scary.
Until the SAVE Act passes. That means the president's asking for total gridlock. The SAVE Act will not pass.
Let me back this up.
Until the SAVE Act passes. That means the president's asking for total gridlock. The SAVE Act will not pass because it is such a pernicious, nasty piece of legislation. The SAVE Act is Jim Crow 2.0. More than 20 million people would lose their right to vote. And
20 million. He just said out loud how many illegals are in the country. He just said it, and watch him pause. He catches himself. He's like, oh, crap. Oh, crap. I just said how many illegals are here.
And you would need to register either a passport or your original birth certificate. How many people?
Let me back this up. It's so good. Watch him.
Right to vote. And Crow 2.0. More than 20 million people would lose their right to vote. And you would need to register either a passport or your original birth certificate. How many people have that?
I do.
How many people have that?
Everyone.
It would eliminate vote by mail. Tell that to a senior citizen who's confined to their home in a
Tell that to the bot farm in India.
wheelchair that they're going to lose their right to vote. And he would purge the voter rolls using a AI system set up by
Purging the voter rolls. You mean there won't be people 171 years old voting in the election, in the midterms?
Musk and Doge. So you could show up at the polling place this November and they'd say you're no longer on the rolls. They don't even notify you of it. Millions of people would be purged from the rolls because of this system that Musk and Doge put in.
Good.
You wouldn't be notified. You'd show up at the polling place and they'd say, sorry, Mr. Jones. Sorry, Miss Smith. You're not on the rolls anymore. They don't.
It's more like, sorry, Julio Akbar, you're not on the voter roll anymore. It's more like, sorry, Muhammad Garcia, you're not on the voter roll anymore. Sorry, Mohammed, you're not on the voter roll anymore. That's how you pronounce most of their names. Ikhtar Mohammed, you're not on the voter roll. I love this idea.
Don't even notify you. This is one of the nastiest pieces of legislation that I've ever seen. It is going back to the old South, where people were prohibited from voting, and spreading it to every corner of America. It is Jim Crow 2.0. And when Trump says that he will not sign any legislation until Congress passes Doge, Mr. President, we ain't passing Doge. You are calling for gridlock in the entire Congress, and none of the bills that will help reduce the costs to people for prescription drugs, for electricity.
Oh, I just saw a comment pop up here. That's really good. Hold on. This is an interesting take, and I haven't thought of this. Let me grab this. I think it's more that the trans mechanics' birth certificates will not match their driver's licenses. They will have to have a license that matches their birth certificate. you're so right. So you're saying RuPaul's driver's license doesn't match Rand Paul's birth certificate. So your birth certificate says Jimmy and your driver's license says Justine. You wouldn't be able to vote. I like it. So we're getting rid of, oh boy, airborne. I got to give you that one, dude. That's a good one.
Amen.
That's a good point.
Hallelujah.
That's a good point right
And
there.
boom shakalaka.
That is a good point. Wow. I did not. If they legally change their names, it's fine. You don't change your name on your birth certificate. Tell me how you change your name on your birth certificate. Right? How do you do that? I don't even know where you would start to change something on your birth certificate. This guy's becoming more likable. This guy, now that he's running for something else, now that he's leaving Congress, he was a DeSantis guy. He's always been a Trump hater. He's always been a Trump hater. He's always been a DeSantis guy. But I believe he's making a little more sense now.
Congressman, I hope you've been hearing our conversation with Paul Moore about what's going on here in New York City. We saw an attack in your state last week in which a man with an Iranian shirt killed 3 people. How concerned should Americans be about the increase in threats, especially given this Democrat DHS shutdown? Not a great time.
Yeah, first of all, I've been able to hear all of this, and it's deeply concerning what's going on in New York City. Today's turn of events in finding the device there in the automobile, not far from the governor's mansion. Then after what happened yesterday with those 2 IEDs, let's be very clear. I mean, Mamdani won't say it, but these were 2 Muslims who were shouting, Allahu Akbar, and we know what the motive there is. And so in Austin, Texas, as you mentioned, just a couple of weeks ago, we had that event where we had loss of life. We had University of Texas students, a Texas Tech University student, others who were killed. And, we're dealing with somebody who had a sweatshirt that said property of Allah, had a, Quran in the back of his car, and was wearing an Iranian flag t-shirt. Again, you don't really have to do a deep level of investigation to look and see what the motives are here. You saw what happened on the airplane where there was, death to America, death to Donald Trump. Look, when you've imported 18,000 people that are affiliated with terrorists, as happened under the Biden administration with illegal aliens coming here or through other programs, when you've allowed almost 5 million people to be imported into the United States since 9/11 from majority Muslim countries, then you're going to have a problem here at home. So the president's doing a great job. We're taking the fight to obviously what has been an evil regime in Iran that has been destabilizing to the world, a threat to our national security. I'm glad he's doing it, targeting the conventional weapons, targeting the nuclear weapons. Importantly, standing strong to defend our interests against Iran. But here we've got at home a larger population of people that are now sympathetic and are literally in New York City protesting in favor of the evil regime in Iran. That's it.
25 years ago, come September 11th, the world changed. And they're trying to change New York City into exactly what caused that problem. 25 years ago. Think about that. Where were you at 25 years ago? I'm sure all of you remember that. I'm sure every one of you remembers where you were at 25 years ago when that happened. And now we're being invaded by the people that did this. Somebody says underway. Seth, I've said it before. Y'all know where I was at. I was living in the UK. I've never felt more helpless than watching my own country get attacked. Post your gas prices and location in the chat. Apparently oil is climbing. The price of oil is climbing. I think it went over $100 a barrel. But now it is starting to dip already. The oil prices are already starting to dip within the last eight hours. It's starting to dip again. It went to $120 a barrel overnight, and now it's dropping. Love to get your ideas on what gas prices are. I think it's temporary. Gas is still going to be lower than what it was under Biden, except California. It'll probably be $17 a gallon in California if you're lucky. Here we go.
Overall public and those who are either currently or have served in the military. Take a look at this Fox News poll that came out during the past week. Net approval rating of the current U.S. military action against Iran. Look at that. Overall, Fox News shows a dead even split. But look at those who served in the military. Significantly higher support for the U.S. military action currently going on in Iran at plus 20 points. That should not be so much of a surprise because take a look at how they view Trump's foreign policy overall. Again, look at those who served in the U.S. military versus overall. If you look at Trump's foreign policy overall, the net approval rating on that per Fox News, those who served in the military, they like what's going on average. Look at that. The net.
Yeah, because Iran killed our friends. I know there's this, I can't remember the whole thing. Somebody will. There is a cadence that the Marine Corps sings, and one of the lines in it is F Iran. We have been taught and shown and on a daily basis reminded how horrible Iran is.
Approval rating plus 8 points for Trump's foreign policy. But look at those overall. Way down there at minus 20 points. We're talking about a nearly 30-point gap between those who served in the military and overall. And this split, when it comes to those who served in the military and overall, dates back to Trump's elections, all the way back to 20.
I believe the United States military and veterans support the president. We support the president. I'm not speaking for any other veterans in the chat. So before anybody says that Ben just tried to represent us, no, I didn't do that. I want to show you this. It's already getting crazy at the airports right now. I got one more to show you. Hold on just a second. This was funny. This is ironic, but so true. And this is what liberal men think. You've never heard anything as disgusting as this.
And when there's 11 million people in custody, what are you going to do then?
I'm going to be very happy because I voted for mass deportation.
And who's going to build your houses?
Really quick.
Who's going to mow your lawns? Who's going to clean your house?
His racist rant. His racist rant.
No, it's not.
Hispanics can only mow your lawn.
And when there's 11 million.
Do you like that? This liberal wackadoodle is telling James Klug who is going to mow your lawn, who's going to clean your toilets once all the deportations. Man, that is racist much. Who's going to be the slaves now? We've got information. Well, it's coming out right now. Massive delays at airports across the United States right now. We're talking 5-hour delays at some airports. Houston, Texas, reporting 5-hour delays because of TSA. And it's all because Democrats chose to defund TSA. You go here.
All right. And we are hoping that it's spring break light for the rest of the commute. Well, this morning we are watching TSA.
Spring break. Remember that. How many of you are going to Mexico on spring break?
Wait times closely at Houston Airport.
Not light there. This comes after scenes like this one at Hobby and Louis Armstrong Airport in New Orleans. Here in Houston, people waited at least 4 hours last night to get through TSA screening lines. Can you imagine?
No, because I would never think to get there that early. Gochi Loka joins us live from Hobby Airport with a look at where things stand right now. Okay, Gochi, is it a whole different?
I am not going to listen to her. Anyone named Aguchi. I can't listen to that. Let's go to a different one here.
This morning, as spring break travel ramps up, chaos at multiple U.S. airports. Travelers facing hours-long delays during this partial government shutdown. Funding for the Homeland Security Department, which includes the TSA, expired last month, meaning TSA officers, for the second time in 6 months, are being forced to work without pay, prompting more agents to call out sick. That's causing delays of up to 3 hours in security lines, including...
Hello, Democrat Party. You just pissed off a lot of young voters. You just pissed off a lot of young voters. We mow our lawn and clean our own toilets. Thank you very much. We do not hire illegal aliens. We do not holiday in third world countries, including California. That is King of Biltong. Go and support this guy's business. Biltong USA, moved here from South Africa, has experienced real apartheid, and he just said he cleans his own toilets, doesn't hire illegal aliens at his business, doesn't vacation in a third world country like California. That is who you need to support. He's got specials going on his website right now. Get ready for Easter. He's got the Biltong. Get your kids some Cadbury eggs and get your dad or whatever some Biltong samplers. That's what I'm talking about. Biltong. Thank you so much. Let me hit you.
Amen.
He sponsors the channel.
And boom shagala.
He sponsors the channel and doesn't pay me. He just sends me meat. Sends me meat. This is crazy that we're seeing this. Let's go here. There's a new story out now that a missile from the United States hit a school. Okay? But what I want to show you here in real time, let me go real time here. What I can do. What I want to show you, BRICS. We're an independent media company. No, you're not. Breaking news, an Iranian missile failed and landed back in Iran. You see this? Iranian missile takes off over here, zigging around. That's not real. That should not be doing that. And their own missile landed back in their own country. That's what happened. Until I'm proven wrong, that's what happened. And the president, CBS News is showing all this stuff. Trump admin officials told Congress in closed-door briefings that Iran was responsible for this. The left sure is running with fake news that a U.S. hit a girls' school in Iran. Here's the actual facts. There's the missile again, or one similar to it. One similar to it. Let me see if I can pull this clip
The
up.
regime in Iran has now confessed that the IRGC mistakenly bombed an Iranian school yesterday, killing many children. To all the legacy media and pro-regime influencers who peddled your fake news, retract and delete.
I love that Asmund Gold is weighing in on this. How many of you think that the news media will come out and actually... Somebody said the school was built next to the refinery. Building a school next to an oil refinery seems like that seems disgusting to me. I'm just going to go with disgusting. Let's go here. Let's grab some of this. Oil surges above $100 as Gulf states cut back production. It's already dropping now again. I love this website, News Ammo. You got to check it out. InfoWars, House Committee passes child safety bills that push national age verification. I'm okay with that too. Real Color Politics, great website to go check out. Breitbart, Operation Epic Fury, Day 10. More and more warheads on foreheads. He's injured. I'm happy about that too. Supreme leader is wounded. I bet he's already done. They cry killing. Whoa, wait, hold up. They cry killing kids while they say kids are 19. So the logic, how many protesters out of 30,000? Yeah, 30,000 people were killed by the Iranian government. Democrats will never talk about that. They will never allow you to talk about that. That's off the table. Trump says he won't sign any bills into law until the SAVE Act pass. Good. Let's see here. I had another one that was interesting. They're saying, well, the CIA considers drinking water a strategic commodity in the Middle East. I'm not paying for a membership on there. Look at Russia today. Israel threatens new Iran supreme leader as U.S. Senator expects ton of money from the war. Lindsey Graham saying we're going to get rich from war. Yeah, right. Right. Anybody that believes Lindsay at this point is bring your kids to my Leering Center. Thank you, Analog Kid. Yeah, right. I am not going. There's a lot of people that are taking their kids to Leering Centers. A lot. We got the audio fixed from last night for the phone calls. Wow, I found a podcast. No, sorry. Don't do that. Don't put links to other channels into the chat. Don't do it. Let me see here. Who keeps posting this? I'll ban you if you do this. Don't do it. I don't want to see that. If you start putting links to other stuff in the chat, I will get rid of you. I don't care who you are or how long you've been here. Okay? That's just, it's rude to say the least. Let's see here. You know that Trump has the right Secretary of War when liberal news media are calling Pete Hegseth dangerous. When they're calling him dangerous, you know we got the right guy. I'm going to grab some calls here this morning. Let's go here. Lines are going to be open up, 615-475-7864. Make sure you turn the audio down in the background and feel free. Let's go. Haven't talked to this guy in a while. Ed, Poplar Bluff. What's going on, brother?
Right. Hey, two things I'm going to quickly make a point to. I am 100% blowing Iran off the mat.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yes, and now him knocking out the 40 top people, that was a major move. And they may try to move in, make in, and take over, and it may become that. But I am going to say this: I do believe these rhino Republicans, I do believe these Democrats, I believe that they are going to meet their domain, and I do believe they will be eliminated. And,
Ed, thank you for calling. I really appreciate it, brother. Long time no chat. Thank you very much, Ed. Appreciate it. I think there's a lot of people that are fed up with Iran, that are really fed up with Iran. I want my Secretary of War to be dangerous. I do too. What do you think about Trump not signing any bills into law until the SAVE Act gets passed? Let's go here. Line 3. What you got?
Hey, shipmate. Hey, quick story from years ago. Worked in
No
Indiana on the
long
lake.
stories, though. No long stories, okay?
No problem. Hey, that we had 3 or 4 illegals. We all knew it, but the owner of the company said he couldn't do nothing about it because they had all the paperwork. They said they paid $1,500 to $2,500 to come across. They went to Chicago. Somebody in Chicago had them Indian driver's license, paperwork, everything to work. They stayed 3 years. They had minimum taxes come out. They'd go home, say they got 3 years on IRS before they'd catch up with them. That's how a lot of them got these driver's licenses.
Yeah, we've kind of
not actually.
We've kind of known that for a while. Thank you for calling. We've kind of known that the what do you want to call it? There's been a lot of fake documents floating around. We know that. Sarge, bye. Goodbye, Sarge. Please eat your Hot Pocket, somebody said. You'll have to get a court order to change a birth certificate? I didn't know that. Had no idea about that one. Thank you. What we're seeing, though, we're seeing a shift. Let me go here. I want to play this clip here with these lines at the airport. Look at this. How many of you are taking your kids on spring break and want to go deal with, holy crap, that looks like they're giving out free cheese in Somalia. It's out into the parking garage. The lines are into the garage parking at the airport. Is there anybody flying today after what happened on the airport or the airplane in, was it Nashville to Fort Lauderdale, I think is where that was going. You couldn't throw me on an airplane right now. There is no way you could put me on an airplane. Oh, here we go. You'll love this. Let's go here. Line 3. What do you got, line 3?
I support Trump on not signing any more bills in until the SAVE Act is passed. That's the only way we're going to get our country back.
Do you think that will force Congress or force the Senate? It's with the Senate right now. We're 68 days into 2026. John Thune, the senator, has not done anything. Do you think that will force their hand?
I hope so. I am so disappointed in John Thune. I just cannot believe he's doing this.
I don't believe many people knew anything about John Thune before he became the Senate Majority Leader. I don't believe many people knew about him.
No, I think the only reason he got in there is he's a rhino.
Yeah. I mean, he was endorsed by Mitch McConnell, so that says everything. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
When you're endorsed by Mitch McConnell, that says a lot. We got anybody that's from Minnesota? We got any Minnesotans? Is that what you call them? Minnesotites? Minnesotese? We'll just call you half Somalian on this channel. We'll just call you Somalian.
Hey, Minnesota State Representative Krista Knudsen. So today in the Labor Committee, Representative Dave Pinto requested a study for the benefits of shoplifting. There are no benefits to shoplifting for the people that are being shoplifted from. I have no idea what else to say.
They are spending money to study the benefits of shoplifting.
Hey, Minnesota State Representative Krista Knudsen. So today in the Labor Committee, Representative Dave Pinto requested a study for the benefits of shoplifting.
Holy crap, I thought people were stupid, but they have reached peak stupidity. Is there anybody going to go study some shoplifting today? I'll tell you what, if you shoplift in the Middle East, they cut off your hands. Steal from the wrong one? Yeah. Troll under the bridge. Welcome. Errors on birth certificate may be corrected with a notified affidavit. Okay. Shoplifting. We're going to study shoplifting in honor of George Floyd. I'm sure that's what it is. I'll show you one. I don't know if you realize that this guy was never MAGA, but he just admitted he was never MAGA. Look at this. He really said this out loud, and he had me fooled for a long time. A long time. Look at this. This is good old Alex. Needs a cough drop Jones.
But I want to say I am not MAGA, and I've said that for years. I am the precursor of it. I'm 1776. In the past, the present, and the future. I am pro-freedom. Make America free again. I support MAGA, but I'm about defeating the globalists worldwide and saving our republic. Not just making America great again. I'm about getting Trump to be anti-globalist, anti-New World Order.
He's not MAGA.
But I want to say I am not MAGA. And I've said that for years. I am the precursor of it.
He's 1776. Okay. He's a time traveler. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Alex has gone full whatever. Here we go. You want to see how crazy anybody is this morning? Here's crazy quote of the day.
We can safely discount democracy as a reason for affecting regime change in Venezuela. We're not going to go kill Nicolas Maduro because we don't like the way he's treating his people. It's possible we're mad that he doesn't allow gay marriage. That is a distinct possibility, but no one else.
That's why they got him. That's why we got him. They got rid of Maduro so that we could get more gay marriage in Venezuela. Okay. Anybody living in Memphis? Because I am all for this lady in Memphis. 18-year-old woman in Memphis, Tennessee is accused of shooting a man 14 times. Obviously, that's as many rounds that the gun would hold. After a 5-year-old girl said he touched her inappropriately. I'm okay with all this.
Police say a preliminary examination of the body found about 14 shots. Now, I went back to the area where Rincon's body was found and spoke to neighbors. Many of them told us they don't fault Torres for what she did if Rincon actually did touch a child.
She ran out of bullets.
Why do you say that?
I would have shot him a couple more times.
I'm all for this. And I like how they have the speed bump sign, meaning that hopefully she ran him over too. I think I don't know what you call it when you use 14 rounds. It's not a double tap, is it? What do you call it whenever it's 14 times? Here we go. Some of the most hysterical doomsday predictions about this war might very well prove long. A lot of influencers on this site are on record offering many breezy assurances how painful and quick that the war will be. Matt Walsh, I think you're over your skis, and I don't really think that you I don't trust Matt Walsh as far as I can throw him. I really don't. Some people might, some people don't. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. I'd like to get your opinion on what we're seeing. The Tucker Carlson clip that got me is right here. This is the one that I will never get over. There is no coming back from this, in my opinion. When you accuse members of the United States military, more importantly, the president, he killed him 5 times. Good. Matt Walsh, thumbs down.
Unconditional surrender means foreign troops get to rape your wife and daughter if they want. And everyone knows that. And that has been, if there's one consistent lesson of history, it means unconditional surrender means foreign troops get to rape your wife and daughter. Everyone can feel that. That's like the most atavistic instinct there is. And so to avoid that, people will do anything. And so that's why it requires that level of force to get a population subdued to the point of unconditional surrender. That's why. And so in this case, of course, we don't have the ground force necessary. I don't think Americans would voluntarily participate in it. I just don't think we can do that. It would require weapons of mass destruction. It would require presumably nuclear weapons in order to do that. And let's not lie to ourselves. We're moving toward that. Unconditional surrender means foreign troops get to rape your...
Somebody said more context. That's about a minute of context. And I'm not sure... Tucker's gone bat crap crazy. Bat crap crazy. I'm trying not to swear. But people have cottoned on to what he's doing. They have really started to understand. I don't know who he's working for, but look at this. I mean, the comments from all these people calling him out is pretty amazing. See, this is factually, Tucker didn't say Trump wants American soldiers to do this, but he said that's what would happen. New darling of the left and radical Islam. I think that's exactly what he's doing. Who is Tucker Carlson working for? Does anybody still watch Tucker Carlson? Insult to our military. That's what I see it as. Let's do this. Did Tucker insult the U.S. military? Because now, if Trump gets this unconditional surrender that he's wanting, then hey, Tucker was right. Right? Let's go line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Hi, it's AJ from San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
I'm just curious. I don't understand. Now, I want the SAVE Act passed. I want straight up voting for Americans in America.
Okay.
But I don't understand how not signing bills. I mean, the Democrats want want Trump shut down. They don't want his agenda moved forward. So by not signing bills, how is that going to force the Democrats to pass the SAVE Act?
Well, I believe what it does is it cuts funding off for a lot of their little special projects and pork spending. And when Democrats don't get money from donors, when they're not doing favors for donors, when rhinos can't do favors for donors, it's coming up into campaign season where all of these Democrats need money to run for reelection. All of these rhinos need money. And if you cut the money off, then you're going to upset the people that are really funding them. That's what I believe. I think that's where it hurts them, is in their wallet.
Well, I hope you're right, and it makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't think about the bills providing money for the Democrats.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly. Well, these lobbyists do favors for politicians, and it's a really good way around how the money flows. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. This is footage right now in Iran. Residents in Isfahan, Iran are heard shouting, look at this. Yeah, you know exactly what they're shouting. Let's see if we can get some audio here that's clean enough to hear it. Oh, we can hear that. Where's the tomahawks at right now? Where are the tomahawks at right now? Where is the Predator drone when you need one? Let's go airborne. What you got?
Hey, Ben, thinking about the whole thing with Tucker Carlson.
What do you think about that?
I'm wondering if he's stating the view of the Iranian people. You got to remember that they are a total control type of group. They're wondering if they surrender, that's what's going to happen, if that's their mindset. And that's why they won't surrender.
How many Iranians watch Tucker Carlson?
You might be surprised.
I mean, because I would think if he wanted to get his message to the Iranians, he would be speaking in Farsi, or is it Farsi that they speak? I believe.
Yeah, you got me on that one. I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, he was saying it in English with a liberal podcast or a liberal channel host, the guy from Breaking Points. Have you ever saw Breaking Points, the YouTube channel Breaking Points?
No.
Oh boy, you're in for one if you go check that out. You're in for a trip.
I think I'll take a hard pass on that. You'll catch me watching CNN before that happens.
They are more left than CNN.
Oh boy, yeah.
So it's nice that Tucker would bring them on. It's like Sean Ryan bringing Hunter Biden on for a 5-hour interview for about their favorite booger sugar. Thank you very much for calling, Airborne.
All right, have a great one.
God bless you. This is coming out right now. Footage shows an Iranian ship destroyed. Look at this. I don't think there's any audio. No, there's no audio there. Iranian ship. Looks like a mostly fiery but peaceful destruction. Mostly fiery for peaceful. Morning, Ben. I haven't flown since I moved to Arizona. Back roads take Carrig Island. I guess that's where a lot of the oil's getting in and out. Marianne Klein, I'd like to get a Bible. I'm sending them out as fast as I can get help with the shipping. It's not cheap. You got to be a member on the channel. Sign up on that list that we've got. I'll try to do my best. There's a line. But I'm doing my best. I'll just say that. So many people think that I've just got all this time to do all this. A righteous perspective, Jesse Jackson funeral. Yeah, Jesse Jackson's funeral was interesting when the Sun came out and slammed him. I think that's the case with many content creators. The money is being throttled, so they're singing a different tune. King of Biltong, you sponsor a couple of different channels that I'd love to know your real opinion on what they're saying. I'm not sold on the running out of ammo missiles issue. The big question is how much of our arsenal went to Ukraine. Wolfman, a lot. There were Aussies on the Virginia class when it sunk that ship. We leered for the best salute. Great. That's awesome. I'm glad there were some Australians on there. They learned what it's like to win because their country has been losing for a long time. This is the Iranian ship that went down. I love it. Wow. Uh-oh. Target on the forehead. Who did this? That's pretty good. That's actually really good there. Let's go here. I want to grab some other stuff. Let me see what I've got here in my bag of tricks. Follow me on X. I'll put the link in the chat. Right. You see here. Copy. Put the link here. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Find that there. Let's go here. I want to see what else is happening with the Iran war live. I think this is live right here. I don't see anything rolling in right now. No smoke. No smoke anyway. They haven't decided. It seems like they're using the same method to pick the new pope as they are a new Khomeini. Uh-oh. Hold up. Third one?
Let's bring in Chief.
You got to be joking. A third one? Great Metallica song, sad but true. You're right about that. Great Metallica song.
Strategist of the Middle East Forum and former U.S. Navy Special Forces member Jim Hansen. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, the details here are shocking. We're talking about NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch confirming that these devices were, in fact, real IEDs that could cause death or serious injury, and reports of bomb-making material found in a car nearby. And now these two suspects are being investigated for potential ties to ISIS. Would you describe this, what you just saw on our screen right there with that potential IED being thrown, as a terror attack?
I think he's right. Because the Democrats, when they go protest at schools, they want to be protected. When they are destroying downtown Minneapolis, they want to be protected. But why can't Jake be protected for his thing? Oh, Marianne, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a problem. Marianne, you're not a problem. I just have so many people like demanding, or not demanding, wanting things that I am very limited on the amount of time or my capabilities. I'm a one-man operation. And whenever I get up from here in a few minutes, I go to work.
Jake Lang organized a protest outside Gracie Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. Such hate has no place in New York City. It is an affront to our city's values and the unity that defines who we are. What followed was even more disturbing. Violence at a protest is never acceptable. The attempt to use an explosive device and hurt others is not only criminal, it is reprehensible.
This guy was the same guy that said the police officers that were attacked with the snowballs, it was basically their fault, right? You remember that? It was basically the police officer's fault for trying to go keep the peace. Poll in the chat right now. Is it Jake Lang's right to counter protest? I think it's absolutely right. I think it's 1,000% right for him to counter protest.
And the antithesis of who we are. So he referred to the other side of this, and the bomb throwing is what happened afterwards. And we now know the details of what he means by that. There's a piece in the New York Post, Jim, that says Mamdani must do a lot more than condemn violence after ISIS bombs fly in New York City. If he doesn't do that, if he doesn't condemn this violence in more significant terms, what happens next?
Well, he literally incited more violence in his statement by making it that. And you look at the group that's protesting against him, they call them "Get the Nazis Out of New York." You know, there has been violent incitement and rhetoric by so many Democrat leaders, we can't even keep track of it. And now people have been dying all across America because of what they have stirred up. They have riled up the crazies. And now, whether it's trans assassins or whether it's, you know, ISIS-inspired terrorists in New York City, we've got a problem. And I think the people on the left need to understand, when the Hamas mobs were running rampant, nobody was blowing them up from the political right. They need to tamp down their rhetoric and see that they're responsible for some of this.
I also want to ask you, Jim, about the latest on the war in Iran. And there are reports that one option on the table for President Trump is sending special forces into Iran to seize its nuclear stockpile, which would mean boots on the ground. What do you think about this? And the fact that that nuclear material is still in Iran.
Do you think we actually use boots on the ground? I don't know if we do. I don't know if we need to. But I think, man, a lot of people are not going to want boots on the ground in Iran.
In Iranian territory.
Yeah, it's difficult to consider the fact that they could have access to material they could use to make a dirty bomb or something else. The logistics involved in an actual raid to go into Iran, and most of the material is expected to be in the interior of the country, it would be a long multi-helicopter hop or other difficult logistically raid to plan and execute. So a lot of things could go wrong. I think another bombing raid, you know, with the major bunker busters might be more likely if they want to take out that. A place where a raid might happen could be Karg Island, the oil terminal that Iran uses to get 60% or 40+% of their revenue from. Taking
40% of their revenue comes from one small island. That is something that I'm sure Trump and the Department of, or the Secretary of War is in and out special forces acceptable here. Let's go here. I want to put a poll in the chat. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this. If Trump uses special forces, is that okay? Let's do this. Boots on the ground. Let's just go yes, special forces. It could have already happened and we don't even know, or we shouldn't know. Let's go here. It could have already happened and we don't know. I mean, honestly, why wouldn't it? We didn't know about the boots on the ground in Venezuela. We had no clue.
That and keeping that in, you know, hold until the regime falls might be a way to shut them down.
Yeah, and as War Secretary Pete Hegseth says, we're willing to go as far as we need in order to be successful. But of course, they're not going to forecast any of those decisions in advance, especially in front of the media. Jim, thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian. I think that if they use special forces, it might be more acceptable. The trouble with the special forces is none of you will know. And everybody likes to know what's happening. And if they don't know, then everybody's upset and they're going to say Trump is hiding stuff from us. Everybody wants it all out in the open. They want to be so hyper aware of what's happening. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. Like to get your opinion. Thank you for the super chats to help me ship some Bibles, helping with getting some veterans service dogs needs met. I want to donate to the shipping of the Bibles. I ship across the country to grandchildren. It is costly. It's about $12 for each one of those things. Carrig will have a boot on their economic heart. I agree. I would be surprised if Delta is not on the ground already. Airborne. I think Airborne's a Army veteran. I would be surprised if they're not already there too. Or if they haven't already been there. Let's go to line one. What do you got, line one? Where are you calling from this morning?
Marion, Illinois.
Marion, Illinois. Good morning. Home of J.B. Pritzker, the largest governor in America. What would you like to say this morning?
Oh, get him the hell out of office.
What would you like
I'm
to
in
talk
Southern
about?
Illinois. Marion's right at the tip of Southern Illinois.
Okay.
Totally different atmosphere down here and up north.
Sure. What do you got to say this morning?
But I'm saying everybody's freaking out about everything going on. I got 100% for Donald Trump and what he's doing. I think he's 3-4 steps ahead of everybody else. They
Hold
don't know
on.
what he's doing.
Hold on. Let me ask
He's
you a
got it under
question here.
control.
Let me ask you a question. So you trust the president up until this point, but now the news media and all the leftists are telling you don't trust him, and you're not agreeing with
screw
him?
them.
Right.
I trust him 100%. I mean, look how much they screwed up Kristi Noem's deal. That was a step up.
She definitely
As far
wasn't
as I'm
fired
concerned.
because Trump loves to say you're fired, and I don't believe he said that. Did he?
No, he never did. He gave her a step up. I watched that whole thing down there.
Let me
Florida.
grab this other caller. I appreciate you calling. You bring up some great points. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got, line 2?
Morning, Ben. This is Anton. How are you doing?
Amazing. Good morning, Anton. Biltong USA. Let me pull your website up
Yes,
here.
sir.
You go right ahead. What would you like to say?
So, I've been listening. Like you made a comment. I sponsor a lot of channels, and I've been listening to everybody. And I'm trying to keep an open mind because you want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And many people know obviously a lot more than what than what the public or someone like myself knows. But is it just my imagination, or do they require Trump to operate at a different standard to everybody else? Because I remember distinctly that there was this huge issue with with us pulling out of Afghanistan and leaving billions and billions of dollars worth of stuff, in military equipment, weapons, and all kinds of things, vehicles in Afghanistan, which was a complete disaster. We lost lives, not six military members, many, and civilians that died because of that extraction.
So
and
you
that was
think
Biden directly.
So you think the news media, America, Congress, Democrats, you think they hold Trump to a different standard?
Absolutely, and I think
I would agree.
I mean, I listen to a lot of the podcasters, and I'm there were so many people that accused the U.S. of bombing that school, and I'm like, but there's already stories out stating that it was an Iranian missile that misfired that hit their own school, and these people are just saying it like we did it, and I'm like, no, but hold on a second, but it's not been confirmed, and a lot of people are saying that Iran did this to themselves, but they're all accusing, and it's not, some guy accidentally, pulled the trigger. No. Trump shot, he blew up. So it's like he went and said, shoot blow up that school.
Let me ask this, Anton.
I don't understand.
Let me ask you this. And for those that are not aware, you left South Africa during apartheid. Do you?
I left just after, but
just after.
Basically, it's the.
Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question real quick.
Okay. All right.
So with your line of thinking, the media holds Trump to a different standard. I agree 1,000%.
Yes.
Now, Iran killed 30,000 of their own people in the last year. Do you think that it would be a stretch for Iran to bomb their own school to make the Trump administration look bad? Do you think that would be too far out?
That would be exactly what they would do. Just on the war point, seeing that now everybody is crying because we now war and terrible. And didn't Kamala basically say she started the war in Ukraine?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So Trump has to go to prison because war crimes.
Yeah.
But Biden and Kamala, no war crimes, no problem. I mean, I've seen drone footage where the Ukrainians, and I'm not saying that this doesn't happen in the Russian side, but I've seen drone footage where the Ukrainians record themselves taking drones and blowing up unarmed Russian soldiers. But war crimes, you know, I just love the double standards. It's really annoying.
If the Democrat Party didn't have double standards, they would have no standards.
Exactly. And I don't mind, you know, we can all have a standard and we all abide by it. But man, I'm getting a little tired of, you know, everybody just raking this administration over the coals for things that they have done that's not near as bad. You know, I remember us waiting for the FBI to come to our home because we opposed the school boards.
Yeah, that's right.
This is not 20 years ago. This is 4 years ago.
Yeah. Anton, let me ask you this. And because I quit watching I went through and unsubscribed from so many channels. And I want to ask you this. You don't pay me. You send me some biltong. It keeps me happy and I'm starting it. I love it.
Yes.
Are there people that you watched or people that you sponsored that now you're like, man, that's radical. I don't want my name associated. Because if I was a sponsor of Tucker Carlson right now, I would be canceling Tucker Carlson as a sponsor.
Yes, we are looking at a few things. You know, there's it's difficult to say because I think some of the people, their wording is very careful. But I think where the big money comes from, I definitely think the faucets of the big money is being turned down and they are being told to change their tunes because a lot of people that we are involved with, they used to sing a different tune. And I'm just picking up like, but this is not the people that we used to be dealing with. You know, like, this is not what they were saying. And now they're saying this, and I'm not liking it very much.
Have you had people reach out to you and complain like, hey, what are these people saying? I mean, because you see this on a daily basis, and you're absolutely right. People have changed. I never realized how many people hated America until Trump got reelected.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And it's an eye-opener, and it's sad to see because, you know, I wonder what people think. I think there's a lot of people that haven't been really outside of the U.S. because I don't know what they think is going to happen if we don't have America. You don't want what is happening in other countries. You don't want that here. People here will not. You don't understand what it's like when you really get targeted. The last 4 years, you know, prior to Trump, that was what do they call it? Aperitif. It was just a starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I listened to a podcast the other day, and it was scary when I thought about this. This guy was saying, "You have not seen unfettered immigration yet. If Trump doesn't succeed, you are talking about 20 to 50 million people a year that will be imported into the country. It will destroy what is left of the U.S. And people need to be very careful about what they want and what they hope for, because if it really happens, things are going to get very bad very quickly. New York is just a small example, and California. And, you know, I mentioned something yesterday to someone, and I said, I don't understand why the blue people can't just live in their blue utopias. Why do they have to come to the red shitholes that we live in and have to come and help us change our red shitholes? We are very happy in our red shitholes. Can they not leave us alone? And they've got their blue utopias. They've built them. Can they not just stay there? I don't understand.
I agree.
You know?
Anton, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I've got your address and phone number up here on the site. I heard you in the background chopping some meat. I know that's what you're doing. I know you've got a cutting board right there. I heard it. I've got your website, your address, your phone number, everything right there. Guys, go support Biltong USA and get some Cadbury cream eggs while you're at it. Anton, take care, brother. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Man.
It's got to be tough for a business when the people you sponsor completely radically changed. Hold on, let's go here. I think I've got to get rid of one. Some moron in the chat, Texas Truth Teller, keeps spamming, saying he ran on no war. Truth Teller, There's been no declaration of war. Congress has declared war. Keep spamming, and I will stop you from spamming. How about that? I am absolutely capable of doing that. Let's go here. I can't wait to hear what this one says. Let's go line 5. God bless you. Where are you calling from this morning? Good morning, Johnny. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I hope everybody is very blessed. I think that folks don't realize Trump is actually fighting for peace.
Yeah.
It may seem odd and counterproductive, but I do believe he's actually trying to be peaceful. I wanted to bring up a subject no one's talking about.
Okay, let's I think you're a professional contrarian. I'm ready to hear it. Let's hear it.
Hey, thanks, man. No, actually, no one's talking about this. It's been over a year, and Trump has not. They haven't confirmed a Surgeon General.
Okay. I'll tell you this. I don't really think that anyone's life is affected by not having a Surgeon General, is it? Has your life slowed down?
That's my whole point. Is like no one's even. It's so funny.
Nobody's noticed.
I know it. I mean, what? Does she supposed to be a surgeon?
I mean, I don't really think anybody cares right now. I don't really care. That just tells me that position is not needed.
I'm wondering what the hang-up is.
It tells me if no one's life has been affected, then we probably don't need that position.
Well, we know the federal government, and
it tells me Robert F. Kennedy is doing enough to take care of that. That's what it tells me.
Yeah, there's probably enough people in the industry that's taking care of all the issues pretty well. You don't.
Let me grab Johnny. You bring up a great great topic, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Here we go. FBI subpoenas Maricopa County voting records. 5 minutes ago. This is hot. FBI secretly seizes. It's not a secret if John Solomon's got the information. FBI seized Maricopa County. Let's go right line 3. What do you got, line 3?
Hey, mute my TV.
Sure, turn. What you got?
The Islamists don't want women educated, so why wouldn't they blow up a girls' school?
I think we know what they will do with their own those love me vests. They will already do that to themselves. They killed 30,000 of their own people. Why wouldn't we believe that they would do that to a girls' school? Because the Islamic people do not value women at all.
I know. They have the value of men.
Yeah. And this is a very common theme that I learned whenever I was over there. Women are only for reproduction. Boys are for fun.
Right.
Period. That is a fact, Jack. Where are you calling from? What part of the country?
Louisiana, Kenner.
Thank you very much. I got a lot of family down around Lake Pontchartrain, Houma, that area.
Oh, good.
Take care, brother. Appreciate you.
Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for calling. You call back anytime. Great point. I believe you're a thought criminal. You're starting to think outside of the box, which is rare nowadays. Thank you, sir. Great call. What do you think about this Maricopa County voting records? Ooh, boy. If we got a Q. We got a Q spotting. Do we have a Q spotting? No, I wanted some Q info. Darn it. Got to get my daily dose of the Q. 328,000 votes. Okay. I love this. I'm seeing what's happening now. Oh, it is a Q spotting. Yes. I needed my daily dose of the Q. Tommy, Guitar Man, what do you got?
Morning, Ben. Hey, these guys are absolutely ridiculous. Shapiro, what's his name? InfoWars, MTG, all the same. They're all saying the same things.
Talking
They're
points.
kooks.
Talking
I've been
points.
saying it for years. They're kooks. Alex Jones, he's a kook. For God's sake, people, please use your sense.
You know what, though, is
Anyway.
funny, Tommy? You know what's funny? If I point out that some of these people are kooks, I get attacked for like, oh, you're just trying to. I'm like, no, I'm
You're not,
noticing the pattern. I'm noticing the pattern. And it seems like they all get their talking points in patterns, is what it seems like to me.
They do. And then you know your stuff from your experience and you're smart. You watch. Don't worry about them. Thank you for telling the truth all the time.
I appreciate you, Tommy.
Maricopa County, there's proof right there.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, man, it's real. They steal everything. It's part of who they are. They love to steal.
This is big news. Everybody's
Yeah. All right,
looking
guys.
in Iran, and now the FBI is rolling this. Let me grab this other one. God bless you, Tommy. Line 3. Oh, line 4. Line 4. What do you got, line 4?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, line 4. Turn the audio down in the background so I can hear you.
Yes. Maricopa County, that was definitely Joe Arpaio's area. And they would have done anything to get rid of that guy. I believe they did. It was basically corrupt to get rid of him.
I mean, if this didn't happen, wouldn't Kerry Lake be the governor there in Arizona?
Yeah. And Joe Arpaio was fierce, man. He was MAGA before MAGA was around.
He was absolutely, if you're here to damage America, I'm putting you in a pink jumpsuit. He absolutely was. You're
pink baloney.
Yeah, I mean, this is big. If people don't think this is big, they're crazy with the Maricopa County stuff. This is huge. I forget the name of the governor in Arizona right now. What's her name? Damn it. I can't remember her name. She's a criminal. We'll just call her criminal. We'll just call her criminal.
Yep, you're right. And Arpaio had an iron fist in that county, and I didn't believe it. It had to be corruption to get rid of him. Nothing else would have. Everybody loved him there.
Let me grab this other call. Thank you, sir. Great point. Let's go line 5. What do you got, line 5?
Good morning, Ben. It's Dawn from Reading, PA. I used to live in Arizona. I lived there for 10 years. Arpaio was amazing. He would have made a great governor. Kerry Lake should have been governor, but I'm telling you, you got to look at things a little suspiciously when the person running the election for governor becomes governor, because you have a serious conflict of interest. And when they said that the people of Maricopa County went blue, I called Bullpucky immediately, because people aren't going to give up their guns in Arizona. They have open carry there, Ben. The only places you can't take a gun is a bar and at a bank, or in a government office. But
I'm okay with all
you
those.
can carry an open, right. And it was so blatant. I mean, I had friends in line and they're freaking out and they're like, oh my God, the cheat is in progress, and it was awful. But yeah, no, Maricopa County was so corrupt. And I just love the fact that, like you guys.
Let me grab this other one, Dawn. You take care.
Okay,
God bless you. Line 6. What do you got, line 6?
Hey, Ben, this is Allison. I'm calling from Massachusetts.
Good morning.
Hey, I just wanted to talk to you. You're talking about criminal governors, and our governor here in Massachusetts, Maura Healey, is probably top of the list. Absolute worst. We voted for an audit in 2024, and our state auditor has been fighting back and forth nonstop with our AG over this audit. They won't give it to us.
Yeah, I agree. They know what would be found. They know what would be found. You know that as good as I do, don't you?
Right. Yep. Of course I do. I've been here for my whole life, over 30 years.
Anytime the Democrats don't want something shown, there's something in there against them. Anytime they want something shown, they put something in there to target Trump. Thank you for calling. Let's go line 7. What do you got, line 7?
Good morning.
You got to speak up. You got to speak up.
Hey, do you see anything in the making for any sort of peace deal between Iran, Russia, and China?
A peace deal between Iran, Russia, and China. They're not at war with each other. They're all allies. They're allies. Why would they sign a peace deal? They're allies. Iran supplies 40 to 50% of the oil to China. I mean, they're if anything, they're in major support. China's probably funding these morons, you know? Appreciate you calling. Proxy war for China and Russia. Johnny's on fire. Johnny's on fire. What are your thoughts on Megyn Kelly? I just scrolling here, see what's interesting. Iranian soldier on a flying carpet is downed a helicopter right next to the USS Gerald Ford. Damn it. CNN breaking story. Right there. CNN with some breaking news. Those sons of guns. Wow. Okay. Guys, this is the Ben Dyke Show. We're going to get out of here. I appreciate you for watching. I got to give call of the day to Johnny.
Amen. Hallelujah. And
boom shakalaka. The Bible says they're going to team up. The bear and the whatever the Chinese people are called. I don't even know what those are called. That darned Aladdin. CNN. That's a mostly fiery but peaceful flying carpet. That's what that is, right? Y'all go check out Biltong USA. Great dude. Great products. I love it. Maricopa County. Pepper your anus is all I got to say. Get the lube. Pepper your anus. Thank you, Ben, for another great show. I will see y'all tonight. And email me any stories that you want investigated. Right there. Email me the stories you want investigated for tonight's show. And we will do that. And let me show you one other thing. I just got to leave.
Just shopping for.
I got to leave on this one. I just need to share this because it's one of my favorite clips ever.
What are you doing? Just shopping for an Iranian flag on Amazon. Should be here tomorrow because I stand with Iran. Yeah, me too. I'm very excited. No, I stand with Iran. Yes, me too. I stand with Iran. This is a very good. Are we on opposite sides of this? No, I stand with Iran. Hands off Iran. Okay, America needs to leave, but that would mean the regime stays in place. Homosexuality is illegal. Women don't have access to education. And you're for this? Well, I'm against Trump and I'm against the regime in America. Say it. Say you hate Trump. Homosexuality should be criminalized. Women shouldn't get to go to school and Iran shouldn't be free. Or say thank you, Trump. Which one?
That is every liberal in America. Flynn and Buchanan for 2028. You are hilarious. Mike Flynn has turned out to be anti-Trump.